Oh.
Ha!
Mongrel.
So welcome back.
Welcome back
to the final watch with us for House of the Dragon.
for House of the Dragon Season 2. So we're here to react to Episode 8, which is the...
He went down that far?
It's been going down steadily, yeah. You
That's
said you
great.
saw it at 7?
I saw
it at 6.8. Now it's 6.5.
So if you remember our small...
Hold on, I didn't say the name of the episode.
Go ahead.
The Queen Who Ever Was.
I like that name for an episode.
It's interesting.
It's intriguing.
I did read one review for this episode. At the time, I think it was the only review. Basically, the person who wrote it had read the book. They said that this season in general just added a lot of filler. But I do find that interesting. What do you think would be filler
That's
here?
what I was going to say. The thing about that sort of criticism is when people just say there's a lot of filler, you have to describe what you're talking about because everybody defines filler completely differently. I understand the criticism. I saw a review that said that this season stretched a lot of things out where there would be really long landscape shots that were unnecessary.
Daemon being in Harrenhal for half the fucking season.
I'll give them that because I told you, like, last episode he did something.
Yeah.
Like, there was some interesting stuff going on in
Yes,
Harrenhal
that was
last
actually
episode.
interesting.
The little kid who took over for Grover Tully, that was a fun storyline. But yes, for most of the season, we have been watching Daemon just kind of loon around. Like,
Yeah.
what's his yeah, sure. And also, I would say, I probably liked season 1 better than season 2.
I think so, yeah.
I think it was more eventful. I mean, you know, they're right to a point.
Season 1 did feel more cogent, coherent as well.
Yeah.
Like, everything connected. In this one, things feel more scattered.
Yes. I feel like they're struggling to find something to do. Like, you also have expressed that, like, you're starting to get annoyed with Alicent.
Yes.
Because also, she hasn't really done anything this season.
Yes,
like, at all.
She's still in the woods, right? She's still in the Godswood,
That's where
I
she
think?
was
Yeah.
last time, yeah. But, like, over this whole season, like, what has she done besides fuck Cole
Feel bad about one of her grandkids dying.
and have an abortion?
That too, yeah.
It's like not much. You know, she was making so many moves in the first season. I
Right.
feel like I think Otto being gone for so long really hurt the political side of the show. Because I think Otto was really crucial for that sort of underhanded, what is this guy up to? Plotting against the very overt, like, yes me men that Aegon was picking in the beginning of the season.
Right, yeah.
I feel like a lot of the political momentum came from Otto in the first season, even if we didn't like him that much.
I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, though, that
Yeah.
the politics is gone, because, I mean...
It's not gone. It's just,
Yeah, exactly.
like, slower.
It's also changed considerably because, of course, now we're going to have people who are warhawks, like they want war, Aemond and Kristen.
Yes.
So it does make sense, but yeah, I mean, even still, there could be more of a focus on the politics in King's Landing itself.
I feel like they did a good job of focusing on the politics of Dragonstone. I got a really good idea of what's going on Rhaenyra's council. And even when they, like, differed and stuff, like, there was that one guy that she was like, listen, we almost never agree, but I know you're never gonna betray me, so you are chill, so can you do this for
Yeah.
me? That was, like, a nice thing to see. Very, very layman's terms way to describe that.
Also, guys, if you want to check us out, you can go to patreon.com/positivity. That's POSITVTY. There you can get full uncut reactions. You can get videos early. You can get Alex's video essays uncut as well, so you can watch him screw up. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's awful.
And you can also decide what we make videos about or react to, barring that we haven't already seen these shows.
Right.
But yeah, did I get everything?
Yep.
What are you doing here? Remove your feet from the table.
Yeah, dude.
That is disrespectful.
I'd rather
It's
not.
up to you. Ulf.
Oh.
Who's it up to then? Boy.
Okay.
Prince Jacaerys Velaryon.
Thank you, Hugh.
Yeah.
Prince Jacaerys Velaryon. Right here. He lives here.
In Dragonstone, right?
Oh, the young prince. And look at that hair.
Oh my
What the
god.
fuck is wrong with you?
As dark as they say. Let them tell us we don't have Targaryen blood, eh?
My mother is the queen.
Dragon riders both. You and I.
Ulf is just doing every wrong thing.
If you hinder our efforts through sloth or unreadiness,
I will see you hanged and your body fed to the dogs in the street.
I meant no disrespect, my prince.
Yeah, I don't think he's being intentionally disrespectful. I think he's just an idiot. Like, he
Oh,
actually didn't realize that that was the prince. Like, he was like, took his feet off the table, like, oh shit. Yeah, like, bro.
He just said all the wrong things. He's like, yeah, your hair's as dark as they say. Like, not knowing
My
that's like
guy.
a huge point of insecurity for him.
Like, okay, wow. Just pushed all of his buttons.
I pledge my banners to Rhaenyra, his heir. I will never serve the usurpers or the whelps of Old Town. But there are battles to be fought. And in times like this...
What the fuck?
This place will have you barking at the moon.
If you declare yourself, your lords will follow you.
No!
I never took you for a turncloak.
What a fuckhead.
But what we need in this moment is a king.
A man. God damn you, Sir Alfred. I thought you were really gonna do something good for Rhaenyra here.
But dude, last episode was all about how being king sucks. Traitor.
Sir, you saw everything? Send a raven right now.
Strong.
I need you to fly with Dreamfire to battle.
Aemond, I do not wish to fight.
Our wishes must take second place now. What is necessary to preserve the throne? It isn't a question.
They have defiled our birthright, made commoners into dragons. It's a sin and must be punished.
I remind you, your sister is still the queen.
As you were once. And you see now what is the consequence of your weakness. We are in peril today more than yesterday.
Peril that moved you to burn the town of Sharp Point.
Very lives, would you not have us prevail?
Not like this.
Okay, girl.
Not like this.
There you go. There you go.
She's back.
There we go. I was hoping for a slap, honestly. He kind of needs one.
Taming a dragon's thirsty work.
My guy... This is such
And
an
some more of
awkward
these little
dinner.
birds.
Shut up.
Dude, can you stop talking for 3 seconds?
A toast to our new riders. The three
Two
of
of
you
them, anyway.
are not of noble birth, but you have done a thing never dreamed of before now.
To be fair to Ulf, he has not been taught any of this stuff.
We will not fail you, my queen.
But neither is Hugh, and he's...
What must we do? What about Vhagar?
She is fearsome, but she is one dragon.
I'll take him on myself. Silverwing's a goer, she is.
We're afraid of nothing.
Even if you are.
There will be time enough to see which one of us is a coward.
A knight will comport himself with grace
yeah.
at the queen's table.
Best make me a knight then.
Wow.
Okay. That is
You
just rude.
forget yourself,
Ulf.
friend.
Friend. This is not gonna be a problem. Like, he's gonna be like, I'm just gonna take my dragon and run.
Yeah, of course it's gonna be a fucking problem.
There is a message from Harrenhal, Your Grace.
Strong?
Yes! Thank God. He's like, hey, so, turns out the guy you sent is actually betraying
The
you.
Castellan, Sir Simon Strong. Daemon has raised his army, but Sir Simon fears treachery.
She's a goer, she is. We're afraid of nothing. Dude who is afraid of everything. Like, you, bro, you got a dragon and think you are the toughest bitch in the realm? You were shaking in your boots.
Do you wish then to learn what is given to you?
Yeah, they always do that.
They're bleeding?
Yeah. Who is that?
Yeah, but it's such a shame, because all that shit got wasted. I also did see, obviously, the three-eyed raven was there. Oh shit! It's not you! Unless, was that Rhaenyra?
a story.
What are you doing here?
And you're but one part in it. You know your part.
And she was definitely really there, too, because that is what she's wearing right now. What's your part?
You know what you must do.
Yeah, she's really talking to him.
Sister.
And if I refuse, will you burn me as you did Aegon?
She knows. She knows all.
That is a lie.
I saw it.
Is she the three-eyed raven?
Aegon will be king again. And you'll be dead. You were swallowed up in the god's eye. And you were never seen again.
I could have you killed.
It wouldn't change anything.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think, like, Greenside, like, Helena is my favorite character.
Of course,
She's
yeah,
so
she
great.
fucking rocks. I mean, she's blessed with, like, knowing what will happen,
Yeah.
so...
I love...
She's like, I already read the books, guys.
I could kill you. Do it, then. They're coming! Sea Smoke and... Cyrax! There he is. He's throwing it back, so he's
And to whom are you sworn?
loud as fuck.
Filibasma, Kesu, Pranon, Merisa, Sola Armazis, Soprumi Vejume.
Okay, that's in like 100 years.
And it's not even that big a deal. It gets dealt with in like one episode, so...
Uyunda, the realm's only hope is a leader who can unite it, and my brother chose you.
Nice!
Oh my god! This is really not what I thought was going to happen.
It did feel like it was building up to that, though. Like, he kind of realized being king fucking
You are the
sucks.
true queen.
It's true, that was what's going on.
And that was
last
definitely
episode.
the final nail in the coffin. Like, yeah, if you don't get your shit together, everyone's gonna die.
And all of these with me until death or the end of our story.
So there's the point of all of that time we spent with Daemon.
Yeah.
Is
Lovely.
him considering to break away and then going back to her.
Yeah. Lovely.
Fuck
brilliant.
off! Haha, Sir Alfred, eat a
Bro,
dick!
You piece of shit.
We fight for our queen!
Alright, cool.
Let's fucking go! Hey, Alfred, where are you going? I saw you walking away.
He's like, oh god, is Daemon gonna tell on me?
There's Simon back there, he's like, yay!
And now you remember I live. Now you wish to suddenly to scatter the crumbs of your favor. I am an honorable man, and I will serve you because I must. But if it is all the same, I will decline any offers of help. If I survive this war, I'll continue as I began. Alone.
Wow. Okay, he fucking rocks. I mean, we always knew that, but like, wow, that was awesome.
He deserved
As
that.
I've been waiting for this whole season.
Right? I mean, he's been neglecting both of them, or not
Yeah.
really neglecting Alan, he's been neglecting Adam, and then, like, giving Alan special treatment.
Right. Which he's like so over. Like, where was that when I needed it?
Right?
Yes, that's your dragon, girl. Ride that shit. Watch her just fucking die right now.
Oh my god.
I had to see you.
I had an inkling of a feeling when she stopped. I was like, is that gonna be... Wow.
No way.
Who knows?
None save my protector. He laid down his sword at your gate.
Just like What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Remember when I did this a couple weeks ago?
Mistaken.
In what?
I was raised to believe there was an order to things. That there was security in following the path laid out for us. Or rather, it was taken from me. My husband, my father, my lover, my son.
The incorruptible queen. Sullies herself with a lover.
Your father died. I took comfort with another.
Okay, well, it's not just about her judging you for that. It's about the fact that you judged her and are now doing it.
In defiance of you, I think, who so disdained it. I would take my daughter and her child and leave it all behind.
And you wish to wash your hands of what you yourself set in motion.
Oh, the arrogance of blaming me. As if you would not have been challenged regardless.
Did not your hand bring it forth like a midwife?
I did only what I thought your father wanted.
It was a mistake.
Oh, go then. Leave us behind, as you say.
Oh, Rhaenyra.
Wander in the wilderness.
They're so funny.
What has it got to do with me?
You're best friends.
Did you come here thinking you would be absolved?
Aemon will soon fly to join Cole in the Riverlands.
Okay, so they are marching towards her.
When he's gone, Helena as queen will be the crown's authority. If you come then to King's Landing, I will see to it that our guards throw down their arms. We will open the gates. We will shed no blood. You will enter as a conqueror. Already you have the stronger hand.
Way too good to be true.
Yeah, there's no way that can happen. I love it, but there's no way that can happen. I would like them to try, but again, someone's gonna
What of
send something,
Aegon?
or someone's gonna fucking speak up. Yeah, Aegon too.
He's broken beyond recognition.
That may be a good thing, though. He was pretty terrible.
What?
Aegon? I'm just fucking
Still
around.
heeds his mother. I believe I can prevail upon him to bend the knee. If
No,
needed.
still, if I am to take the throne, I must put an end to the opposition. I must take Aegon's head. And I have to do it for all to see. You know this. However you may try to evade it, you know this.
Yeah.
But just Aegon. Okay, can you leave my daughter alone?
Will you shrink from what you set out to do? Or will you see it through? And make your sacrifice? A son for a son.
Won't Aemon have to die too, though? Like...
He's just gonna come back with Vhagar.
You're much changed.
Indeed.
Let us be done with this. Please.
Wow.
And you fly to the Red Keep in 3 days' time and you take your throne. Or you take me for a liar. Cast myself on the mercy of a friend who once loved me.
Oh, you still love each other, though!
Right?
Okay, Alicent fucking rocks again.
That was awesome.
Right? Likely best character on this show.
Okay, so yeah, maybe that like can happen, but it's not going to. I mean, yeah, you're right. Aemon would still just be out there with Cole, so he'd come back and then be like, ah.
That was such a good scene.
That
My
was
God.
amazing. I loved that, and I did not expect her to fucking show up here.
Mhm.
What a move!
Oh shit, Hugh's going out? Or all of them are.
They're all training or something.
Ugh.
Eh.
Don't you look so smug?
Right.
You piece of shit.
All right, girl. We're finally, the black side is finally like actually ready.
They actually
for
have an
war.
army.
Yeah. Right?
There's
They got her
Lord
coming back.
Tyrod.
There. There's so much.
Timon.
Tyrod is hilarious.
Is he gonna die?
I think Corlys might.
But another of Rhaenyra's hands are gonna die? I hope not. Who's your hand
It's
next?
a doomed position.
Girl, can
Come
you
on,
get this
Rhaenyra.
fucking dragon already, please? You're mine.
Who? Oh.
Ah.
What are you doing? Why are you in prison?
What's going on?
What
dog?
happened to him? It showed us like a cell. I was like, do we even have any characters in prison right now? Who the fuck is this? Ah, they left.
I had a feeling.
He's not happy about it.
No, but I think Laris is right. Like, it will be better for him, and...
Aemond is going to kill him in 5 seconds. Like...
Shaping up for a
Hell
really
yes.
fun season 3, yeah. Okay, I thought that was really good.
I, have a controversial thing that I'm going to do.
Okay.
I can't because my phone's filming.
You're gonna
but
give it a 10.
I believe I am going to give this episode a 10 on IMDb.
I mean, I quite enjoyed it as well. I really did.
See, listen, there was no...
Like, that was an hour 30?
Right? It was, first of all, it was so fast. Second of all, I understand there was no dragon battle, but everything that they have been building up this season paid off in a really major way.
Right?
I mean, all of these things that they have been, yes, maybe stalling for a little bit, like Daemon at Harrenhal and conflicting against Rhaenyra, all had a really great payoff this episode.
Absolutely.
I have been tense about Daemon this whole season, and this episode was able to actually relieve those feelings.
Right? Yeah.
Like, I ended up, like, really, like, hyped at the end of this episode, because, like, lots of good things happened. While it was very, you know, there's still a lot looming, right? You know, the Lannisters are coming back from Essos with that navy now, and this seemingly very powerful lady.
Right.
And, you know, we also have, of course, Aemond and the Greens are marching towards Harrenhal, like, right now.
Yes.
And Vhagar is on his way there. Ulf is a little bit sketchy at times, and his allegiance might not be 100%.
Rhaena is probably gonna get a fucking dragon.
Yes, right. Like, there
Sheep
was,
stealer.
I don't know, you know, what storyline they could have shortened, because I really prefer to have it build up to these points, especially Rhaenyra and Alicent's, where even if Alicent's was maybe lagging in the last few episodes of being like, it's not like it's lagging, it's more just like, as a viewer, you feel a little lost. Like, where is she going with this? You know, why is she just going out into the wilderness and swimming? Like,
Right.
where is this leading her to? And I think the fact that she made such a major decision this episode to just flat out side with Rhaenyra. Like, that's huge.
Pretty much,
I
yeah.
don't think you can achieve a major flip-flop like that if you don't spend an inordinate amount of time with Alicent and show exactly why she's frustrated.
Right.
And also, it pays off emotionally for us, and especially you, I bet, because she's your favorite, where you've been frustrated with her for so long.
So much.
And you're like, fucking finally, this is the Alicent that I love
Exactly.
from season 1. Yeah.
Exactly. I was like, come on, girl. Like, this is exactly what you've been working towards, and now you're unhappy with it. But now she's, like, ready to finally, like, okay, yeah, I was fucking wrong. I want to make things right. Which I don't know if she can, because she is still coming off like she just wants to wash her hands of this and leave.
True. Rhaenyra had a
But,
solid
like,
point, yeah.
Girl, you're buckled up for the ride. Like, you can't get off.
Yeah, I mean, after you make that offer to Rhaenyra,
Yeah.
you are officially committing treason. It is no doubt. Against your own children.
Right.
That's also, you know, a son for a son coming back.
Right,
In such
yeah.
a major way. And her actually being willing to sacrifice one of her children.
Right. In that scene when she was like calculating, like, do I do this? It really reminded me of Helena deciding, like, okay, do I tell these guys that is my son?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really gave me like that vibe.
I mean, first of all, that last scene was just some of the best acting I've seen in television in recent memory.
Amazing.
Both of them were incredible. Since season 1, even the younger actors, the chemistry between these two characters is so amazing. There's a reason why they are the two on the poster, even if Alicent isn't exactly in charge.
Right, exactly.
You know, or
Yeah.
on a dragon. It's because it's mostly centered around the relationship between these two.
Exactly.
And I think this season focused a lot on them individually struggling with, you know, their chosen paths.
Right.
But yeah, no, I really, really liked that episode. I think Daemon leading back to Rhaenyra was realistic and not forced. And I think it does make me realize that Alice was not trying to get him to turn away. I don't think.
She was just trying to get him to see the truth.
She was, yeah, exactly. I mean,
but she definitely at one point, maybe that was just her like playing him. Like,
I don't know.
It should be him being king. I mean, again, with Alice, it's hard to tell whether he's dreaming in those moments or in reality. Right. So maybe that was just him thinking that. Has anyone ever spoken to Alice aside from him?
No.
Has anyone acknowledged her?
No.
So
We've seen her like pouring his wine and being a servant, but we also saw his dead wife pouring his wine. So I can't take much stock in it.
So Alice being a real person isn't entirely confirmed
a sure
yet.
thing, yeah.
Right. So it could have just been his imagination. Like, oh, you should be king. But he really sees, like, that's not what he wants.
Like, she represents his mental journey.
It's also not meant for him either, like Helena told him in his vision, like, know your place in this story.
I love that scene, by the way. Just two characters, so random, definitely have never met before, and likely won't. Like, it's just so interesting that Helena is just like, yeah, I'm just like the soothsayer, so I just gotta do my job and talk to this guy. And like her stuff saying like, she already knows probably like how this is going to end up, or at least has a strong feeling about it. Where she said to Aemond like, you're not going to win this.
You're not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me, you're not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
She's like, you will be dead by the end of this.
For real.
And
yeah.
And Aegon will not. You know, he's still around. You haven't gotten rid of him.
As much as I like Aemond, by the way, I do like that he's being, like, cut down to size. Like, yeah, I got more dragons than you now, bitch. What's up? And he's like, oh, I'm gonna go burn some people down. Yeah.
It is nice, especially because Aemon's the really frustrating thing about his character is that he has big dragon, and that just makes him such a big player, and it's just that. Where, like, we finally...
He does have cunning, for sure.
He's smarter than his brother, but we also see that...
and he's a very gifted swordsman, too, didn't they say?
Yes, he is. He is a very gifted swordsman. But we definitely see that Alicent had a point where his inexperience is definitely getting to him here, where he's a petulant child.
Oh, absolutely.
He literally throws dragon tantrums.
Yes, absolutely.
So, you know, not the best for a ruler, maybe.
Exactly.
But I do like this start of kind of like his downfall, because he was really on the up and up for a lot of the season. I mean, killing Meleys and Rhaenys is a huge win, right? That was a big loss for the Blacks.
It sure was, yeah.
So seeing him kind of get taken down to size, especially after, like, the episode after that battle, he was just humbling Alicent all episode. And then the subsequent episodes, he's kind of, like, losing it a little bit. Because he can't really, you know, his plan was how to get there, not really how to keep it. And his whole thing is destroy, destroy, destroy.
Right, yeah. So interesting, by the way, that we saw that review that said there was no character development this season. Like, did you watch this episode?
That almost all the characters ended up in, like, completely different places by the end of this episode.
Right, yeah. Also, I just want to shout out Alan once again. Like, he fucking killed that scene.
He ate that scene up. Oh my god, that was so good. It came out of, like, nowhere, too. He has been holding that back forever.
Exactly, yeah.
I keep interrupting you. You could do
it. No, it's all good. I'm finally glad that Corlys tried to... What I liked about that scene was Corlys was trying to be, like, real with him, but he kind of wasn't. He was like, don't you see that I'm helping you? And then Alan was like, oh, I'll show you real, dude. He's like, nah, you can go. You can go.
Bro, that was the part that pissed me off, is that he was like, I'm helping you. He's like, helping me? And then he was like, dismissed. I was like, what? He finally started talking to you.
Normally we like Corlys, but yeah, like, come on, dude. I mean, I get it. He's very avoidant. He does not want to...
He's afraid of conflict.
The sea snake is afraid of interpersonal conflict. Yes.
Emotional conflict. Yeah. He can get his throat slashed, no problem. But I'm also worried about his connection with that lady that Tyland just got. Was she the one who almost killed him?
She is part of the Triarchy, right?
So I feel like if she's coming back, Corlys is in big trouble. You know, like I'm worried for his character's life.
That battle at sea, yeah, that will be interesting for that blockade. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Like, I don't understand why people aren't saying this is a finale, because sure, it's for some people a finale is like an explosion.
Yeah.
Something crazy happens, and by the next season they have to pick up the pieces. But I also like this because you're not left wondering like who's gonna pick up this piece, where's this one gonna go, and all the pieces are set. Now there's going to be some crazy shit in the next season.
It's so interesting to me because people will complain about like cliffhangers, whereas this season was like, let's resolve everything we've been talking about in this finale and set up the next season to be really like, it feels like this is the end of everything we've been dealing with so far and the start of something new. Like it feels like a different chapter,
exactly,
or book.
Right, a finale should close up most, if not all, of like the threads that were like prominent in that season, and this finale did that.
Yeah, and sure, last episode was more exciting.
Yeah,
maybe, but you know, and sure,
it was
like,
also more funny when Ulf stepped on the dragon egg and Sea Smoke, was just like, "Hey, get out!"
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I will say there is a thing to say about them shortening this season and the fact that they could have had more episodes to deal with stuff. But I will say that, again, what I was talking about in the beginning with adaptation struggles and how you have to end it in like a better place for season 3, it is very clear that it was like very planned, like we need to end it right here. You know, like we can't start this next stuff because it's too much,
right?
You know,
yeah,
and maybe built backwards from that or something like that. But I don't know. I really liked this finale.
I did quite enjoy it. Yes,
it's upsetting to me because like people are like, oh, there was no like you said, like, oh, explosion or like hugely shocking thing. Alicent showing up at Rhaenyra's doorstep is the hugely shocking thing for me.
Right? Absolutely.
That had my jaw drop.
Yeah.
And I know it's just a conversation, but I am watching these two incredible actors fucking chew up the screen, and these characters make huge leaps in their development thanks to all the storylines they've been planning across this entire season. And while, yeah, it's been slower than season 1, I still will say that I feel like season 1 was paced better. I think that this finale did a really good job of resolving it all. I am very satisfied, which is something that I think a finale should help you feel.
Yeah. Again, though, I do get people's problems with this season, which is that the pacing was off, which, yes, it was. It did feel disjointed.
Yeah, for sure. There was a lot of introducing new characters and going all over the place, you know?
Right. But personally, I did enjoy this finale, and I do think it is a good stepping stone for season 3. I think they have a great base to work off of. Yeah.
And I do think reviews for a lot of the episodes that are most disliked this season are definitely unearned, you know, with like Small Folk, where it's like a 6.2 just because like not anything hugely momentous happened, even though all of these important things are happening, you know.
Right.
Alicent and Helena going to the chapel to pray and getting assaulted by the small folk, and Alicent in general getting more entangled with the plight of the small folk is very important. We needed to see that. And I really don't think they wasted as much time as everybody's saying. At least that's my opinion. You know, if you guys can hate it, I can like it, right?
Yeah.
So
we don't want to misrepresent the other side of this either. Like, if you did feel that this episode was lackluster, like, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Yeah, I would love to hear people's thoughts on this because I quite enjoyed it. Just looking through the IMDb reviews, for the ones that gave it like a 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, look at the ratio.
Yeah, they get like 30%.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of people dislike
this one. Wow.
Great episode, great story, and a solid season. The only reason... Oh, well, this is being a bit confrontational. The only reason most of you complain is because you can't binge the rest of the story. So instead of seeing the real issue, a personal lack of patience, you say the show is slow and boring.
Don't know if I entirely agree with that necessarily. But still, quite an interesting season, if a bit controversial.
Yeah.
Is there anything else to talk about?
Thank you, Simon Strong. It wasn't necessary because Daemon was going the other way, but thank you for trying to be a G. He was like, things are getting weird here, girl.
The two lords there that were... It was so funny because Simon was normally with Daemon, but he went for Rhaenyra there. Like, hey girl, some shit's going on here. And Broom was with Rhaenyra this whole time, and now he's like, hey Daemon, I want to hang with you, dog.
And then at the end he was like...
At the end, both of them were just, yeah.
Simon was the back.
Simon less so, yeah, because he was not necessarily in the wrong to call Rhaenyra here, but if anything, it just looked like an overabundance of caution for him. But for Broom, that could look really bad if Daemon is like, hey, by the way, Broom was trying to get with me. So.
Yeah, and for Simon, I don't think Daemon even really noticed that it was
exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think Daemon really pays much attention to Simon Strong at all.
so true.
I don't think it's gonna be an issue for him.
So true. Yeah.
I just love that when Rhaenyra walked up, he's like, "Wow, I didn't expect you to come yourself." She's like, "Well, I was worried." He was like, "Yeah, I mean, things are getting pretty weird here." Like, he's just so honest about it.
Right.
Like, very upfront. Like, yeah, I just like couldn't. I heard the weirwood trees whisper traitor. Like, shit's getting wild. That's another thing that worries me, actually. I do want to discuss that for a little bit.
Broom?
They whispered, the weirwood trees, yes, for Broom, whispered that he was a traitor. And then Daemon didn't end up turning against Rhaenyra. Is Broom gonna go further? But he said he would never support the usurpers. I don't think he would.
I think it was just that, because he wasn't there when they were gathering the bastards for the dragons. Was he?
I don't think so.
He left in Smallfolk, didn't he? In episode 6, right? Or was it 5? Either way, by the time he left, Rhaenyra was still in a terrible position, and he saw Daemon was in a much better position.
Yeah.
So he thought, okay, let me cut my losses here. At least this guy is still more related to Viserys than well, no, because those are his kids. But still, as this guy is more aligned with the Blacks than they are.
The Greens,
over there.
yeah, the Greens.
Those pretenders in King's Landing.
Yeah,
so.
right.
But I don't think he will falter at this point. I think now he sees that they're strong, and he can stick with them.
True, especially if Daemon supports her. I mean, a lot of the men on her council, really all they need is another man to be like, I agree with Rhaenyra. And they're like, wow, suddenly this is a really good plan.
Right,
That's
exactly.
So
right, yeah.
It's interesting.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Rhaenyra's council. You know, I was praising Sir Alfred Broom,
right,
at the beginning of this episode, and he really let me down.
Yeah,
I was real upset with him. And then there's that old guy that she slapped too. I'm not a huge fan of her council right now. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed that episode. What a great! I think this was a much more solid season, in my opinion, than some would give it credit for. I understand pacing. I liked season 1 more too. That is also my opinion. I'm just saying I liked this season a great deal as well. And I feel like it was a very solid setup for season 3. Lots of exciting things happened. And really important character switches. I mean, I am so glad to see Alicent
come around.
Yeah, I mean, because the way, you know, it's been so long since her and Rhaenyra have been able to actually talk and agree on anything. Even when Rhaenyra visited her earlier this season, where they kind of maybe agreed, but didn't necessarily.
She got her thinking,
It was too late. Exactly.
She got her
That's
thinking.
the thing, is she was. That was what made her realize, like, ooh, he didn't say my son's name. But yeah, no, I really liked that this as a season of like putting the characters in the places that they need to be for the upcoming battles, and it really turning it around. I mean, I expected this to be Alicent versus Rhaenyra for the rest of the show. So, you know, this really shocked me and flipped it on its head. So now, I mean, season 3 is gonna be chaos.
Right.
Their mom's not gonna be there.
Yeah.
Otto's in prison for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if we ever were told that.
Whose dungeon was that? Did we see?
No.
Yeah.
We did not. But all of that will be answered next season. Lots of mysteries set up, and I'm very...
Yes.
But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, remember to support us on Patreon for all those great perks that we mentioned at the beginning of the video. And it's a great way to help us out and grow this channel. And let us know what you'd like us to react to next. We're out of series. So if you would like us to react to anything, let us know in the comments below, and we will try if we haven't already seen it.
Yep.
All right. thank you guys so much for watching.
See you guys next time.
Bye.